In this video, I am doing a gouache painting over a sketch, and I decided to include the sketch in this video. I sped it up. It's going to be about 5 minutes of your time, and I didn't edit anything out of it, so you guys could see my process. And I decided to use Bristol and my Mars LUMOGRAF. Seams together, they have the least glare, and the way that this pencil lays down on this paper is I guess because a combination of the surface of this paper being kind of velumish and the pencil being a matte graphite pencil, I don't know, for whatever reason, it showed up a little bit better. And I've been trying to get back to figuring out a way that it works for me where I can see my sketch and paint over it and make it worthwhile as far as it being an extra step in the process. Normally, if I sketch something out and I try to paint over it, I get really lost and can't see the sketch underneath what I'm doing anyway, even if it's watercolor. So the disadvantage of course, if you guys know, if you're artists, you know that the fundamentals of having a foundation for your painting is really important, and I've been missing it a lot, and trying to figure out some workarounds on how to get back to that type of structure. I do enjoy kind of, sketching with paint on the fly, but when I want something a little bit more planned out and more refined, and I really want it to look a certain way, the sketch is imperative. So this particular format that I'm using was just something that I kind of came up with a couple of years ago when I was first getting back into art. And if you guys have seen my little profile picture on my, for my channel, that drawing was done with this format, and then I painted over it with some Daniel Smith paints, and it had that kind of like that anime-ish style and structure to the drawing, and I've been wanting to recreate that and get back to that, but ever since I did it that time, and it seemed to work out, although you can really see the sketch lines in real life. The profile pic is so small you can't really tell, but in real life you can really see the sketch lines through it because I have to draw so hard to be able to see them. And since I like the structure and format of that particular drawing, I thought, I'm going to try to revisit it and practice it a little bit more, and then maybe if I do some gouache over it, it won't be such a problem in the end, seeing the lines and the end result, and then during the process I'll be able to, not lose my way. So I have been suggested to by another artist friend, Mello Arts of the Round Table, shout out to you, to spray fixative and then gesso over it before doing the gouache painting. And I really do intend to do that once I get to maybe working on some larger pieces or some better paper. This was more of an experiment just to see, can I even do this anymore? Can I even do the pencil sketches? So I wasn't really minding too much that the pencil ended up, I guess, kind of mixing with the paint a little bit. And because it's not watercolor paper, it didn't really move around a whole lot. So yeah, I thought I would show you guys the sketching process and how rough and how dark the sketches that I'm working with, and before going over it with the paint. So yeah, I showed my materials in the beginning, but just to go back over it again, I'm using Mars LUMOGRAF matte black pencil, Magnesium long point sharpener, and a kneaded eraser. So I'm using a variation of different types of gouache brands here. This is my my sample palette, I will call it, because it was put together by some different brands that I wanted to try, and I didn't already have larger sets of these brands, so I made this like really kind of whacked out palette. I was trying to buy colors that I didn't already have in other sets, and also at the same time buying from different brands that I could try out different, those different brands. So my main base skin tone here, besides Vermilion, is like a Naples yellow, and my blues and my cool red that I stuck with in this painting was mostly cobalt, and it's Cobalt Deep by Holbein, but there's nothing deep about this. It's pretty light, somewhat muted, granulates very heavily, and it does not deepen or darken anything that it's mixed with. It just kind of mutes it down. So also with the graphite mixing with it, you see these absolutely bright colors in the palette, but once they mix with each other and once they hit that graphite, they're going to automatically mute down a lot. So I wasn't really minding going in with a pre-mixed perfect color for the skin or anything else. I knew that because it was gouache, it was going to eventually melt together and mix in its own way. So, I'm not one for worrying about the whole patchiness and blending issues with gouache. I figure that's, it's going to mix on its own, and anything in the end that I want to cover or blend, I can do that in my last layers, which are very thick, 3/4 of my painting's going to be super thin, and the very last passes are going to be in the cream consistency, and that way, I get my highlights really bright, and before that, everything that appears to be bright is just going to mix together. So if you're into mixing perfect skin tones and that's the way you like to work, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what most people learn to do. That's how most people are taught, and that's what most of YouTube teaches. I just prefer to do it this way after doing it the other way for so long. I thought, these colors are going to mix together anyway, so if I need to make any adjustments, I'll do it at the end, and up until that, they are just going to be crazy and bright and more like the types of colors you would use in underpaintings, because the reason we use bright or colors that lean one way or another in underpaintings is because we want that to be the dominant or the complementary tone to make those other colors stand out or tone them down. So either way, no way is wrong or right, I guess. So to me, it just puts less stress on trying to mix those perfect colors that you think you may want to start out with, that you're really just going to end up with anyway. So this video is going to be medium-ish long. It's a little bit longer than most of my videos. I only have maybe 2 other videos on this channel that are super long, like close to an hour, and those are real-time videos about making sketchbooks, I think, something like that. But Generally, I try to keep these videos a little bit shorter, like maybe 10-15 minutes most. But there are other elements in this painting, and I've been trying to incorporate things like that as well. So the flowers and the underdrawing sketch, and it being thin to thick layers of gouache instead of 1 to 2 passes of watercolor, or a single layered drawing. So it is a little bit more involved, and I wanted to try to challenge myself to not worry about how long it was going to take me. I could always edit things out if it got too long, keep the important stuff in, and if you guys could get more out of it that way by seeing the entire process and maybe what it takes to do something, not that this is by any means complicated or involved by the standards of planning a project that's a finished piece. Obviously it's just sketchbook work, but I've mostly been relegated to just doing simple expressive portraits, and I wanted to take baby steps in the more complicated direction, so that eventually I can get to a point where these types of things are a little easier, So I will let you guys enjoy the process of this video, and if I can think of anything else by the end of it that I might need to fill you in on and let you know, I'll pop back in at the end. And yeah, thanks for tuning in and checking out my video. And if you like this type of content, give me a like, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And thanks to those of you who have. If you have any suggestions and maybe want to see more videos like this, or if you'd like to see this in real time and don't mind a longer video, yeah, give me some input. Let me know what you guys think. And with that, enjoy the painting.